Recent backlash seemed to have knocked Gayle King in the middle of last week and weeks to come after her recent interview with former WNBA player Lisa Leslie. The CBS co-anchor spoke candidly with Lisa Leslie about the legacy of her friend Kobe Bryant. What seemed like a pretty normal interview soon took a turn for the worse when Gayle King brought up Kobe Bryant's sexual assault case from 2003. Prefacing the question, it's been said his legacy has been complicated because of sexual assault, which was dismissed in 2003-2004. Is it complicated for you as a WNBA player? And for me, I honestly feel like at that pivotal moment is where my stomach was in knots. The hair on my arm stood up. Like many of us, we are still in emotional shock, disbelief, and uncertainty about his untimely death. The interview was just some straight BS. I'm just going to be honest with you. It was insensitive, tasteless, poorly done. Considering the fact he has not even been eulogized, it felt like Gayle had buried him, threw dirt on him, threw the shovel in as well. But with grace, of course, Lisa Leslie answered because I'm sure she was just as thrown off as everyone else. Gayle proceeded to ask, is it a fair question to talk about his past considering he is no longer with us? So I thought, how would I answer that if I were in that seat? Honestly, it's very unfair. If people wanted to know, I'm quite sure they're capable of hovering and discovering by researching. It's resources all over. Are we not in America? We were right there when it happened. It's not like you're telling us something we don't already know. His death is still an open wound. The next question Gayle proceeded to ask was, why do you feel people are so deeply affected by a man they did not know? He was a human being, just like you. Imperfect, flawed. To many, an influencer, legend, brother from another mother, friend from the courtside, trailblazer. I don't have to know you personally to have a connection. I can still root for you and not tear you down. Once upon a time, we didn't know you, Gayle, only being introduced as Oprah's BFF. Yet we still felt connected to you through Oprah. We watched your career, grow over the years. You and Oprah seemed to exemplify what friendship was all about. However, in this interview, you seem very disconnected, nonchalant, unbothered, no remorse. And suddenly, you appear to have the milk of mother's kindness anymore. Maybe you already had reservations about Kobe and the prominent moments in his career. Did you sit down with him one-on-one while he was alive? Did you reach out to his former teammates? I get it. Your job is to ask the tough questions. But when does it become your responsibility to say, I'm not doing that? Or this just doesn't feel right? Only a person connected to the culture would realize Kobe Bryant meant a lot to so many people in various ways. The least you could do is respect that. The last thing you do is make up one less thing to bring up, especially when it's other media outlets pushing that narrative. If you keep striking the matches, eventually a fire is going to start. Do you think the match is telling the fire to calm down? No. We would not be here had you not even posed the question to begin with. That's where you went wrong. Recklessly blaming the network about edits, soliciting basically a weak apology from your home. This was not your first day on the job. Why not even do the interview at the OWN network? Maybe you'd have creative control over how the interview would go. Considering Oprah is your BFF, wouldn't you be privy to the edit room? Why not go to prisons and speak with real people committing real crimes? Especially if you're trying to bring awareness. So in closing, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I'm disappointed in you. For me, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and only 5 minutes to ruin it. One day, the bloom will be off your rose. What would people think of you?